I'm Kirk, and I'm here to bust some negotiation myths. I have used a megaphone many years ago in the sieges of Glasgow, but I remember the commander telling me that I didn't need the megaphone, that my voice was loud enough. Well, the strangest demand I've ever had from a hostage taker was during a siege. And during the siege, there was 8 people within the premises, and they asked for food to be delivered. And of course, we arranged for fish and chips to be delivered from a local fish and chip shop, and they arrived, and within 15 minutes, they asked again for food. And I couldn't understand why they were asking for food after we had just delivered 8 sets of fish and chips. And it turned out the firearms team had eaten it on its arrival. The most common demand from hostage takers is for them to ask for usually a cigarette or something, but that we interpret that as an ability to just take time out and be calm. So most hostage negotiators in the vehicle with them carry cigarettes, even if they don't smoke, because they realise it's a request and a chance to allow someone to just decompress for 5 minutes. Well, eye contact's important in terms of establishing a relationship, but more often than not, for me, it's about listening. Because very often in negotiation situations, you can't be in direct eye contact with the person because there's perhaps officers with shields between you and them. So it's more important that you connect by voice. Well, the handshake is really irrelevant. Of course, it's nice to extend a warm welcome, but for me, the most important thing when you engage someone for the first time is to bring emotion, and that emotion should be warmth and positive. No, that's nonsense. In actual fact, they teach that you should never exchange hostages for anyone else, because if you increase the value of that hostage, then you put the hostage negotiators in a more difficult position. Yeah, well, I used to run both the armed response teams and the hostage negotiation teams, and clearly sometimes they both had very different agendas, and I think we probably clashed a lot in the beginning, but eventually where we cross-contaminated both of those disciplines with each other's perspectives, then yeah, they began to see each other and complement each other very well. So I'm pleased to say that the conflict in both those areas got better and better over time. Yes, the whole point of negotiation and listening skills is to listen to someone's voice and find discrepancies between what they say, how they say it, and how they behave. We call that leverage. And so what we do when we hear that and see that is, rather than confront that lie, we just store that for later use, because we'll use it to disarm them or to distract or destabilise their arguments. I always watch negotiation movies, and of course most of the things that are made in LA are fantasy and bear no resemblance to the truth, but there's actually a scene in the Negotiator movie between Samuel L. Jackson and Kevin Spacey where they speak about the ending to a movie. And although they're speaking about the ending to a movie, they're actually talking about something else. And I find that's the most common thing in negotiation, because people talk about one thing and they're really talking about something else, and they expect you to read between the lines. So for me, that's the closest element that's relevant in most negotiations.